Hi guys, I'm Daniel Olawoye by name, CEO of Alanyo Art Academy. ABCD is a platform where you learn how to draw regardless whether you're talented or not. Okay, today we'll be talking about grid lines. What are grid lines? Maybe it sounds very new to you and you don't know what grid lines are. A few of you already understand what grid lines are. Okay, I'm going to break it down for everybody into simple terms. So grid lines is a technique that is used by we artists either to reduce or to enlarge the perspective of an image. Probably you want to make a picture smaller or you want to make it bigger. So this is where Gridline comes in. You use it either to reduce your photo or to increase your photo. Even from your camera, from your phone camera, if you go through your settings, you'll see a part where you have an option of grid lines. So today I'm going to explain how you can use grid lines, what to use it for, and what to avoid when using grid lines. Okay, so please stay with me while I take you through this short course. Yes, so let me explain grid lines. Like I said earlier, grid line is a technique we artists use for reducing and increasing the size of an image. We are not just restricted to that, we also use it to get the positioning of an image. If, for example, you pick up your pencils and you draw what you see on the grid line down to your paper, when you finally come to the end of your results, you'll find out that what you actually saw on the picture and what you drew on your paper is gonna be the same, although maybe not 100%, but I can give you from the 80 to 90%. So that's what Gridline does for you. It helps you to recreate something you see into physical reality. Also, there are numerous advantages of grid lines, which I'm not going to cover, but I'm just going to cover the basics. Okay, so for the sake of time, let's move on to how to use grid lines. Now, it is almost very impossible for you to ignore pencils when we talk about art. So the first thing you will need is your pencils. In my previous tutorial, I explained to you the basic tools you will need as an artist. So this is where it's going to be useful. You would need your pencils. Although there are different grades of pencils, we have the H pencil, we have the B pencils, and you have to understand when to use these pencils, especially when it comes to grid lines. So if you want to make use of your grid lines, you need a B is very appropriate, and make sure you don't apply too much pressure on your paper. And also, to avoid errors, like I just said earlier, the errors you can avoid is having marks on your drawing paper. That's one thing you wouldn't like to have on your paper. So now we have to practice. Let's get our pencils and let's get our rulers. We are now about to practice how to make grid lines. So the measurement we're going to use is a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. Can you see here? We're making use of 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. So assuming we want to make a 16 by 20 inches portrait, what we just have to do is to take our tape rule, and you can see in inches, it also has centimeter, but it's more advisable to use this for centimeter measurement. Take your tape rule and measure out 16 by 20 inches. It can be from the edge of your paper, and it can also be from a few distance. So as you can see, you mark 16 and you mark 16 rather, and you do the same for both the top and the bottom. 16 inches. So this will help us get a straight line. So the next thing is for you to measure 20 as well. That's if you're working with a 16 by 20 inches. If yours is lesser, you work by 12 by 16, or if it's lesser than 12 by 16, probably a 10 by 12, you also do the same. You also measure 20 here, top to base. Make sure it's not lapping, it's not extra, and you also connect them. So by the time you do this, you'll be having a straight line. Remember, you don't add too much pressure to your drawing while doing your grid line, so you don't put so much so you don't get errors or you leave damages on your paper. So the next thing is we're going to do is to pick 2 centimeter from here and then do it all through from where you've marked. So 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 80, 100, 120, 140. You do it all through till you get to the edge. And you also do the same for the vertical too. You do 2 centimeter for the vertical. So by the time you're done, I don't want this video to be too long, so I can't take my time doing all the 2 centimeter. By the time you're done, you join both lines where you see 2 centimeter and 2 centimeter. You join them all through, and by the time you're done, you'll come up with something like this. And in this particular one, I've already drawn on it and I'm ready to shade, so you can still see the great lines. So this will help you know what you're doing better, and this is what you come. So as you can see now, this is the result of what I did earlier. If you follow strictly, you will get exactly what I did. So you're good to go, and you're good to use the drawing grid app. Just make sure you take your time. If you don't understand, you can always DM message me. I'll be ready to help. I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to subscribe and as well share to your colleagues who are also interested. Thank you. Have a great day.